Okay, we are going to present the summary of classes of Cancela Tutorial Services, which is a DTI and BIR registered service provider. Our email address is cancelaclassroom@gmail.com, but we also have our personal email, that is melcancela1979@gmail.com. So this is actually a home tutorial Google class in Philippine taxation. Now, there are two ways on how you can learn from our tutorial classes. First, by tuning to our YouTube channel at cancelaclassroom@gmail.com, where you can view our lecture post on 3 classes broken down into episodes. Income taxation, which is composed of 8 episodes. Business and transfer taxes, which is composed of 6 episodes. And withholding tax system, preferential taxation, and tax treaty to minimize the impact of double taxation, which is composed of 5 episodes. Each episodes will discuss the particular issue of the class. For example, in order for you to complete the class on income taxation, you have to view all the 8 episodes. You can also just view, if you do not want to view the whole episodes, then you can just select the episodes under income taxation, as well as with class number 2, business and transfer taxes, composed of 6 episodes. If you wanted to just view the portion or any part of the episodes, pwede ring yun na lang particular na episodes ang panoorin nyo. That is also true with the withholding tax system, preferential taxation, and tax treaty to minimize the impact of double taxation. Meron niyang 5 episodes. But if you would want to view only 1 or 2 episodes, that would be fine with us. Now, the second way of which you can learn from us is for you to enroll at our Google class at cancelaclassroom@gmail.com. How are you going to enroll? How you can enroll and join the class? So, you can clarify by also sending us a text or message at 0919-2222-1537. That is a smart mobile phone. So this is how you can join us. First, you have to create your Gmail account. It should be Gmail because our class will be on Google. So you have to open your email address at Gmail. Okay. Number 2, after creating your account, open it, and at the top right portion of the account, you can see the different Google apps. So makikita mo doon sa right upper part ng apps, may mga doon, may mga corresponding apps wherein you can click. Okay, look for Classroom, click it, and at the top right portion you can see 2 buttons. May mapikita kang dalawang pwede mong pagpilian. Una, create, at ang isa naman ay join. You can select join because this is our class, so you cannot create, you can only join. So you can join only after complying number 4 and number 5. So bago ka maka-join sa class, kailangan man sundin mo muna yung 4 and 5. Ano yung number 4? If you intend to join the class, you have to pay the enrollment fee, by which you will be properly guided when you email us at the above email. You can contact us through our mobile phone or for more details. Number 5, upon confirmation of your enrollment, registration, and payment of the fee, we will give you the code of the class. Ayun, saka lang. Once na magpili ka na, nakabayad ka na, naka-enroll ka na, then you just inform us, you send us a copy of your payment, your confirmation, then we will give you the code for each class. There are 3 classes where you can select, Class 1, Class 2, and Class 3. We repeat, yung Class 1, that is income taxation. 2, business and transfer taxation. Number 3, withholding tax, as well as with the preferential taxation, and also the tax treaty to minimize the impact of double taxation. You will get all the other information in the class where you enrolled, particularly the main subject, topic per section, period, duration, days, time, and class protocol. So it would be a class, but once we already have had our classes, all the lecture will already been in there. You can click it and see it again if you would want to review what you have attended, what you have viewed in our episodes. Okay, the class will be conducted using Google Class apps under the combination mode of synchronous and asynchronous lecture. Okay, what is the difference between synchronous and asynchronous? Yung synchronous class, yan yung there will be a virtual class. So it would be an integrated class wherein all your classmates are there, and me, I will be the one lecturing it using our Google Class app. And then we will have our discussion, and then you can raise questions. You can also discuss as well as any matters that we'll discuss on that particular class. Whereas on the asynchronous lecture, that would be we'll just give you some lectures and some guidelines and some references wherein you can view and read, so that when we have our synchronous class, when we have already our virtual class, then you already have an idea and you can already make an integrated approach of understanding. O di naman kaya pwede na kayo magtanong at magkakaroon agad kayo ng idea kung ano yung pinag-uusapan. So it would be much easier because you already have all the materials. The materials that will maybe posted, pwede mong i-print so that you can view it easily. So that pag meron tayong virtual class, you can have the copy of the printed materials para masusundan mo, kasi it would be quite difficult if you will just be relying on what would be presented in the monitor. Okay? Now, the following are the class schedule summary. Class 1, that would be income taxation. That would be from Monday to Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday. So 2 days, 6 to 8 p.m. So there will be 2 hours each. So there will be 4 hours a week. Okay? And that would be composed of 12 weeks or 48 hours. Yung class 2, that is business and transfer taxes, that would be Wednesday and Thursday. It is also a schedule of 6 to 8 in the afternoon. So 2 hours per day, so that would be 4 hours a week. Again, that would be 12 weeks, so equivalent to 48 hours. For class 3, withholding tax system, preferential taxation, and tax treaty to minimize the impact of taxation, it would be from Friday to Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m. So that would also be 2 hours per day or 4 hours per week, a total of 12 weeks, so that would be 48 hours. So all of this, in the whole week, you will be discussing the 3 classes. You have income taxation, business and transfer taxes, and withholding tax system, preferential taxation, and tax treaty to minimize the impact of double taxation. How can you be enrolled? So the enrollment or subscription fee are as follows. The enrollment fee is 100 pesos per hour. So the term is cash or 50% down payment, the balance payable after 1 week. If it is a company sponsored, so that would be 80 pesos per hour and good for 3 attendees. Okay? But if you only have 1 attendees, that would still be 80 per hour, 2 attendees, 80 per hour, 3 attendees, 80 per hour. If it's already exceeded 3, so the excess 1 attendees will now be charged 100 pesos per hour. Only 3 attendees are qualified na mag-charge ng 80 per hour if it be a company sponsored. How are you going to make the payment? Payment may be made through GCash. In my GCash, Mercados Cancela 09694453 or make a cash deposit at BDO savings account 010240112164. If you pay through GCash, I can easily have that confirmed. But if it is through savings account, you have to send me the deposit slip so that I can be informed na talagang you made already a deposit sa BDO account. Okay? The class and time schedule. Okay? For class 1, income taxation, the class is scheduled Monday to Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m. as I have stated a while ago. The following are the chapters which would be composed of the subject. Of course, we are going to break it down into, if you'll be viewing it only and you are not enrolling, you can view it only by episodes, wherein after which I'm going to explain to you the episode mode of attending or viewing the lecture. But this is for the Google Class schedule. For the Class 1 Income Taxation, we have the following class schedule chapters: Principles of Taxation, which is composed of several sections. Section 1, Philippine Taxation, Coverage, State Inherent and Constitutional Limitation. Principles of Sound Tax System, Theory, Basis, and Essential Characteristics of a Tax. The nature of Philippine tax system, how tax is levied, sources of tax, double taxation, and minimizing double taxation. Okay? Then tax escapes, tax avoidance versus tax evasion, spatial assessment and its characteristics, tax distinguished from similar items, and tax administration, which is composed of the BIR and the Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Take note dito sa number 3, Principles of Sound Tax System. I mean, in number 3, I should say, yung to minimize double taxation, it is not what is covered in class 3. This discussion in number 3 is only for internal purposes. So internal taxation that would minimize double taxation, but on class 3, the double taxation that is being minimized is for the tax of other country. But in this case, that would be the tax within the tax that has been imposed within the Philippines. Okay? And then chapter B, we have individual and corporate income taxation with the following sections: Introduction to income taxations, schemes, number 2, schemes, period, and methods of reporting, which is composed of letter A, financial income taxation, B, capital gains tax, C, regular income taxation, and composed also, yung letter C is composed of 2 parts: exclusion from gross income and inclusion in gross income. Then after that, there will be a discussion about periods, the methods, and reporting, which has been logged in number 2, schemes, period, and methods of reporting. Okay? And then number 3, it would be compensation income and friends benefits. Number 4, dealings in properties. Number 5, deduction from gross income, which can have an option of 2, itemized and optional standard deductions, which can also be availed of by individual as well as corporation. And number 6, we have individual income taxation, which discusses particularly on aspect regarding individual income taxation. And number 7, corporate income taxation. Then, on the other topics in taxation or in income taxation, we have the following sections: special laws of tax exemption, government and taxpayers remedies. Okay? And then, on class 2, we have transfer and business taxes. Okay? The class is scheduled composed Wednesday and Thursday at 6 to 8 p.m. And the chapters under letter A, transfer taxes, we have section 1, 2, and 3. Estate taxation on account of death, donors taxation on gratuitous transfer, and BEP forms and attachment on estate taxation and donors taxation. Okay? And chapter B, we have business taxes composed of the following: the regular percentage tax, the value added tax, the other percentage tax, and documentary stamp tax. So these are the components of business taxes that being discussed under this section. On Class 3, we have withholding tax system, preferential taxation, and tax treaty to minimize the impact of double taxation. The class schedule is Friday and Saturday at 6 to 8 p.m. and the chapters are as follows. Under Chapter A, we have withholding tax system composed of 6 sections. Withholding tax on income taxation, expanded withholding tax on compensation, final withholding tax, familiarization of withholding tax forms, the annual reconciliation, and reporting. These are what would be covered under withholding tax, which we follow the approach of practical application for purposes of complying it, as well as the other or salient features na withholding tax system. Okay? Section B, under this class, we have preferential taxation and tax treaty to minimize double taxation or to the impact of double taxation. The following are the sections. Taxation under, we have ABC. Okay? We have ABC. There are actually 3 standard groups of which we have preferential taxation. This Export Processing Zone or IPSA, the Basis Conversion Development Authority, which is BCDA, and the Omnibus Investment Code, which is being administered by the Board of Investment. Okay? Under Section 2, we have RMO 410-2021 and RMC 77-2021. That is the availment of tax credit under Philippine tax treaties under bilateral and or multilateral agreement in minimizing the impact of double taxation. Okay, so this is the components of class number 3. So there will be note here, recorded lecture may be downloaded upon request after the end of the class. After the actual completion of the class, certificate of attendance shall be issued. But of course, you cannot give the certificate of completion unless we can be certain that you have attended the 48 hours requirement. Lacking for it, then we will require you to re-attend the class so that we can give you the certificate of completion. We don't just give it for the sake of giving it, but we want to see to it that you really have completed the 48 hours per class so that you can be given a certificate of that class of attendance, and that would show that you really have attended in our class. Now, number 3, we will also have certificate of competency. Okay? So that is actually the knowledge that you have already learned in the 3 classes. So there shall be issued upon passing the competency test of 100 items in multiple choice exam per class. So those who will garner a competency score of at least 80. So if you get a grade of 80, we can give you a certificate of competency for each subject. So there will be 3 subjects, or 3 classes for that matter. An independent CPA firm will be requested to administer the competency test to ensure the integrity of the test. Those who will garner a score of 95 to 100 will be entitled to a valuable citation certificate plus a cash gift. Okay? Thank you very much and hope to see you in my class. The start and duration of the class will be announced. Okay, so you can see it at cancelaclassroom@gmail.com, or for inquiry, please contact us at 0919-2222-1537 or email us at the address above or at mailcancela1979@gmail.com. You can watch our lecture at our YouTube channel. Okay, so the references that had been used in this lecture are the law on Republic Act 8424 and its implementing regulation as amended. Letter B, BIR website publication for public information. Letter C, book publication on taxation. We have this 2021 income taxation, on business taxation, and dahil lang, we're going to check it. So it will be actually 2, and then this one is actually number 3. Okay, so yung book, published book 2021 Income Taxation and Business Taxation Laws, Principal Application by Rex B. Banggawan, CPA MBA. You can buy the book from the author, or if you want, you can buy it from us when you wanted to have a copy so that you can have references. And then also in IRC and Other Laws 2012 edition, Attorney Euprosina Ames Casasola. This book was given to me when I was still with the BIR, because previously he was an assistant secretary of Commissioner of Revenue. We also have number 3, Tax Principles and Remedies, 2005 edition of Justice Japar B. Di Maampo. Okay? And of course, lastly, sandali lang. Lastly, you can, I also secure copies from internet publication for public reference on taxation, preferential taxation, and issuance on the availment of tax credit based on Philippine Tax Treaty to minimize the impact of double taxation. Okay? So these are the references I have used. But of course, not all were taken into consideration because of the tremendous copies that could no longer be printed for purposes of presentation. And of course, there is my disclaimer. This content of the materials and the lecture is intended as a general guide to the subject matter. A specialist advice should be sought about the specific circumstances. It does not supplant or replace the provision of the rules, regulations, and instructions issued by the regulatory government agencies. So I am only a lecturer. Okay, I take the lecture, I take the materials from the reliable sources and impart it to you. So I am Mercedes E. Cancela, CPA, Juris Doctor, Senior Lecturer at cancelaclassroom@gmail.com. Okay, thank you very much and hope to see you in my classes.